drama, comedy, tragedy, all of it. Yeah, that makes a good story.
And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when it's gonna slow down, God?
Yeah.
But that's just what it is.
Well, I will tell you this. You are way too pretty to not be making serious money, like crazy cash, because you have a great personality. You have a beautiful face. You're multifaceted. Obviously, you have multiple talents. Yeah. So it's just finding something to sell.
It's funny you say this. It's funny you say this.
Tell me.
Because I am really into DIY products, like the natural lotions,
yes,
and body washes,
yes,
and skincare.
Yes,
I've become obsessed with it.
Yes,
and I'm like, that could be my product. That could caveat everything into it. Like, you know what I mean?
1,000%.
Yeah.
All you have to do is build the audience, build that niche, like find your people.
Yeah.
And then, girl, it don't matter. You drop a $10 bottle of lotion, they gonna buy it because they love you.
Right.
They don't even give a fuck if the lotion works or not.
Right.
They just want to buy it because it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they don't care at that point. They're just
they
like.
want to support, and that's what I'm finding out with women more so now than ever is we're learning to support each other.
Yes.
And that was something that
growing up, it wasn't like that. 20 years ago, it was very
you
catty.
Can find more help
yes.
With male support than you can
1,000%.
support. So it's like now that I'm like learning, like sisterhood matters to other women too. Because I have 4 sisters. I'm sorry, I'm talking, but I have 4 sisters, so I love sisterhood.
Yes.
I love connecting.
But there's girls that grew up single child, entitlement, all that shit, and you're absolutely right.
You feel like you're, the odd one out because you're naturally just wanting to connect.
You're a giver, you're a connector, and then you're the one giving and not receiving, and everyone's fake about the connections and shit like that.
No, thank you. I don't got time for the phony chicks. Like, there's too many real ones.
Yeah. Well, I think I found early on that I had to put myself in rooms where everyone was richer than me. Like when you like a lot of times when we first start, we're looking to our own community for our own support. Yeah. They don't give us support. So then I was like, all right, well, I got to go out here and find mentors. Yeah. So I got to put myself in a room where everyone's making more money than me. Yeah. And learn what they're doing and watch how they move. And then that's how I began to elevate. And like this one connection brought me to this other connection. And then the other thing too is like a lot of times when you're in those circles, the black and brown people in the room are a small number, which is good. Yeah. Because now y'all know, everyone in this room know who I am because I'm one of only 2 black people. Right, you know what I mean? And I'm Latina, but anywhere I go, it's like, so you have that advantage of being the pretty brown girl. They want the friendship. They want the connection. They want to, so.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
and they want to know who you are.
Yes.
Just in general.
Like, what are you doing? Yeah. And then we show up in excellence, right? Yeah. Like, we show up and we do everything better than everybody else in the room because we have to. Because that is for sure. Because if you don't, they're going to be like, oh, she did it like that because she's black. Oh, so gotcha. You have to like be the best. Right. You just have to be the best at it, and then they're like, "Oh my God, there's no one else. I won't recommend anyone but Sonya. There's no one else. I don't let anyone but Sonya touch me. I don't let anyone but Sonya." And then you become that girl, and then like they continue to share. So I say that to say, I understand your frustration when I first started in this industry, in business, period. Yeah. There was no, and I think it's also the reason why we connect more with men in business is because men are more business minded. Yeah. Like more women are more focused on, I want to have kids and I want to do this. Like I want to be, whereas men are like, I want to fucking make millions of dollars and rule the world. That's what I have found, you know? So, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think that, if you're pretty in America, you should have money, because it's not just America, it's the world, because your influence can reach all the nations.
I promised myself if it ever got so bad, I'm gonna get one of them pink like rob your store masks and create an OnlyFans.
With that ass, girl, I would be the first subscriber. I would be the first.
You over there with the tongue.
No, I love your ass. I wanted to bite it. I told you. When you came in, I'm like, can I just touch it?
It's so funny.
Can you sit on my lap?
Look, I said, if it ever were to go down to it, y'all ever see a pink mask, big booty chick?
Yo, I'm gonna be like, that's Sonya!
If ever got that bad, I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. But I think that if you just follow your passion and you just do the right thing, like in terms of, I think that you could make a lot of money.
It's the do part for me. Just do it.
Yeah.
I gotta get like Nike. Just do it.
Just do it.
No more analysis paralysis. But y'all do your thing. I'm gonna go.
Okay, thank you.
You about to go through your interview?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this interview. Yeah.
Are you coming back? Or you?
I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to another room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna jump on my laptop.
I'll holler at you when we're done here.
Yeah.
This is like the first, like, I've been putting this off for a while. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've been putting it off.
Like me?
He's like, we just got an interview, and I'm like, nah.
So you know this is the first step.
Yeah, it is the first step.
So, now that I did that, I think I just, okay, all right, boom. Because now the whole conversation,
But
okay.
don't you want to make the light in the back a little softer?
No, you can't see this?
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It just looks like they're on the iPhone because they don't have the same lenses as we do.
But what is this Messiah Makeover thing about?
Oh, that's my company.
And what is it about?
So it's about transformation, about God transforming, you know.
That in itself could make so much money. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's my brand.
Did you get a life coach certification?
No.
Get the life coach certification. Read self-help books galore.
Oh, yeah. I'm
You could be selling coaching programs right now.
Yeah, the Messiah Makeover is real.
I love that
definitely made me
name.
over.
Amen. Okay, so we'll have to link up and I'll have to hear your story.
Yeah, girl, because I used to be a wild one.
It's a wow. She was a wild one. I think we all were at some point. Really smart, genius people have a very crazy ass, rebellious ass story
Always.
until you get it together. So, thank you. All right, we'll talk. We'll talk though.
All right, I'm closing the door.
Thank you.
Close it, right?
Yeah, but just walk out slow, like real slow. Like turn around and walk. Like I want to see you walk away. Yeah. Move the book back. Like just walk real slow. Switch. Just switch it. Let me watch it walk. Ah, pop it. Bye. Cool. Here we are. Hey, camera. I'm here with Yantrez Mount. He's been wanting me to do this interview so we can get my whole YouTube campaign started. I'm going to catch a little bit of it on my phone because as I move along in my marketing journey, I want to be able to say, hey, I was there too. I was in the hot seat. I was being questioned. I was being probed. And here's the result of it, right? So when I start teaching my tribe, hey, these are the steps that we need to get you from A to Z, from, 50,000 to 100,000 to 600,000. Step one, here we are. So follow along. And I can't wait to ultimately 6 months from now, 3 months from now, whatever it is, show you the results. And let me show you my interviewer because he is just a freaking snack. Okay, hold on. Let me start at the bottom. Let's go from his legs. I move all the way up. Look at that. Look at them legs. Look at it. He just chilling. God, look at that chest. Oh my God, and that smile and that skin. Oh, and then he's always penis first. He come in the room penis first. And you do. And do.
Look at that. All right. This is going to be awesome. Finally. All right.
All right.
All right. So for the people that don't know you, who are you? Let's just start something simple like that.
My name is Priscilla Marie Cruz Charite, Queen Maker. I am a beautiful, loving person. I love art. I love music. I love God. I love my family. I love people. I love to grow people. I love to succeed. I'm very competitive. And what else can I say? I'm a very giving person, very generous. Funny. People say I'm funny. And I'm very dedicated. I'm a perfectionist sometimes. Not OCD, like I don't have to have everything, but like if I do it, it has to be the best. Like I'm going to research it. I'm going to make sure like it's the best possible product on the market.
Okay.
And I'm typically a happy person.
But why queen maker?
Queen maker because I was at a class one time, and at that time everyone was throwing out the word queen. Oh, she a queen, she a queen, she a queen. And then my mentor looked at me and said, "No, Priscilla, you're not just a queen, you're a queen maker." And I was like, oh my God, I felt like we're queen makers, right? It's like, what does it profit anyone if we walk around full of ourselves? What if my self-confidence doesn't help another person be self-confident? What is it for? What the whole purpose of the queen in the kingdom is to uplift the kingdom, to take care of the people, to make a change, to bring change to the community, to the people around her. If you go and you sit with the queen, you should not leave the same. So for me, it was like every time someone sits in my chair, whether it's to get hair and makeup done, whether it's to get a coaching session about how to build their brand, whether it's just to sit and talk about their life, right? Like my friend right here. I sit and I think, okay, God, well, what would you have me say to this person? How would you use me? And I think that if we all look at life like, why did I meet this person? What's the goal here? Because you should not leave the same.
Yeah.
When you met me, you should remember that you met me because I deposited something of value into your life. And so for me, it's not enough to be a queen. We have to be queens that make queens, that make queens, that make queens. Because if I teach someone how to make a queen, right, which is my educational side, that's the gift that keeps on giving. That same energy, that same transformation process, it continues to go. That energy flows.
Right.
That's
So-
it.
So if you, I love, because you're dancing around the key word that I think you're trying to get to. And for me, I love how you said, just leaving an impact on someone. That was very well said. And how that message continues to grow as they have their own walks through life, right? But then this community starts building up, right? And I just want us to touch on, like, your community is building up so fast, but it ain't always been easy.
No.
So can you just tell me the 3 most difficult things about growing a community or things that have happened in the middle of trying to grow that community that someone can learn from? Or
I think that
it's a big lesson.
when you have this heart to bring people in and teach them and grow them, initially people are very inspired by you, and they just want to do everything they can to learn from you and grow with you. And then a lot of times that admiration becomes more, I think I want to be her.
Yeah.
And then I resent her because I want to be her, but I'm not there yet. So because I'm not there yet, now I'm just going to hate on Priscilla because I'm not where she is. But there was a process. I'm teaching you the process. Some people don't want to wait.
Yeah.
So what happens a lot of times, especially in this industry, is you take on a hairstylist, a makeup artist, and you teach them and you show them everything. And then next thing you know, they're like, okay, I'm better than you, I'm leaving. And they leave with all the knowledge. They try to leave with your customers. They try to down talk your company. Like, oh, I had to leave them because it's like when you break up with a boyfriend and you have to make everyone think that the boyfriend was terrible when really it was just your personal preference. Well, I got to be terrible. You didn't like me. That's okay. Move on. But I think one of the hardest things was I had taught my very best friend from when I was 14 years old how to do hair and makeup. Booked her. I mean, she was making probably, I want to say like easy, working 2-3 days a week, you're making $50,000 a year, right? 2-3 days, if that. She got to the point where she thought that I was trying to take money from her. But at that point, I'm the first person in my family to actually have a business, and no one understood the operating cost. They just see this $3,000 invoice and they're like, oh, I only made $500. Why? Because I had to pay all these other people. I had to pay the expenses. And so what ended up happening was she thought that I wasn't paying her more just because I didn't want to, and I was like trying to get rich. So she staged a coup. And she left my company with 4 of my top artists at that time, and left me basically to figure it out, which I did, thank God. Grew from that experience. But I think that that's the hardest part in this industry and that is one of the pain points of most people in our industry when it comes to team building and when it comes to, growth, is like investing in other people knowing that they're probably going to try to leave. So that is why through those experiences, I learned how to make fucking ironclad contracts.
Oh, that's good.
And processes to protect the company.
I want you to elaborate on the key thing that you said. Was like, I'm the first one in my family. You said that sentence, and I want you to complete it. Complete the rest of it. I'm the first one in my family too, and it could be a couple options. I'm the first one in my family too.
Start a business.
Okay, and I'm the first one in my family too.
Make millions.
Mm-hmm. Then, what are you going to be the first person in your family to do? What are you going to be the first person?
Make billions.
Okay, and would you say that is? Why is making billions of dollars, why is that of importance to you personally? What would that do for your life? If you reach the end of the year, made all your money, you're a billionaire, what is that going to do for your life?
Well, my core values are faith, family, and freedom. And in order to have freedom, you need money. Whether that's, I don't want to go to work today. Well, how do you know you can't work today? I got money in the bank. I want to travel to Bali for a month and I want to take my whole family with me. I have the freedom to do that, but it requires money, right? So for me, money is just a tool. It's a resource to be able to bless my family, bless people with experiences. It's not about me. It's about how I can help others and what I can do with that money,
And could you explain like the prototype of people that you have in your company, right? Because they're gonna help you get to that billions of dollars, but you need a strong team to get you there. So how would you describe that person that you keep around you to help keep things going? What are you looking for?
I always tell everyone, I can teach anyone how to do hair and makeup, but I can't teach them how to be a kind person. So kindness, because in our industry, what we do is so sensitive, right? We're touching people's faces, we're touching their hair. People will travel 2-3 hours to have a specific hairstylist do their hair because it's such a nerve-wracking situation. And so when you are a hairstylist and a makeup artist, a woman is entrusting you with the most sensitive thing, her hair, her face. So if you cannot be sensitive to her wanting to make changes, if you can't separate your ego from your artistry, then you're not going to be successful in this industry. So the people that are around me are kind. They're willing to learn and they're willing to serve.
And they're coachable.
And they're coachable. Right, they're coachable. And I've had some people that have come in with some really great natural abilities, and they will kind of clown the girls that are not so good, but the ones that are not so good, they get better. And guess what? Like, they end up outbooking the mean girl. Because now I'm fucking killing it on makeup, but I'm also always been kind.
And what would you say is a key accolade that you've achieved in your development as an artist that you're like, man, I can put a stamp on that, I did that, pat my back?
I think growing people. I think I could take someone who knows nothing, and everyone knows this. People will come to me, a makeup artist will come to me and say, I will never do hair a day in my life. and I will work with them and I will coach them, and next thing you know, they like hair more than makeup. And everyone will tell you that Priscilla will not let you say no. If you say no, that's like a yes to me. No, I don't want to do that. I'm like, oh, bitch, we about to do it. Because it's not that I want you to do it. For me, it's because if you do this, you're proving something to yourself, one. Two, I want what is best for you. I want you to make money. You can't make this XYZ money if you're not gonna. So I think one of the things that I'm really good at is, building people from scratch and making them fucking great actually. I think that's people would know me for that.
Okay, and I want you, so we can use that, but I want you to kind of say it around this tone. I change people's mentality and how they, like, I want you to...
I have to re-say it again?
No,
okay.
We can say, use that to introduce that.
Yes, I change, okay, go ahead.
Change people's mentality, but we need that in a complete sentence. Like, one of the things that I'm most skilled at is I change, something like that.
Yes, okay. Right now? Okay, so one of the things that I think I'm most skilled at is... One of the things that I am most skilled at is changing people's mentalities.
Yes, okay, let's do that. So let's say that way.
One of the things that I'm super skilled at is changing people's mentalities. A lot of times people come to me with this one skill and think this is the only lane that they want to stay in. But then I coach them and I encourage them, hey, if you really want to make this extra cash, learn this. You want to make this extra cash, learn this. And there's a lot of times that they don't want to do it at first, but I'll continue to encourage them. And then, hey, come on, just come to this training with me. Hey, come to this conference with me. I work with them little by little, and next thing you know, they're doing the very thing that they said they would never do, and they're loving it, and they're thriving, and they're making money.
All right. That's awesome. And so that's an internal skills as far as like your own mentality is to change their mentality, right? Mm-hmm. But as far as your actual ability of being an artist, what can you attribute to the most? Like, what gave you that growth, that big key thing? Like, oh, my skill has jumped from here to here. My confidence. Like,
consistent education.
Okay.
Like before there was the YouTube, I'm going to date myself, but buying DVDs from people's websites and watching the DVDs. I was investing in going to hair shows and taking personal one-on-one courses. I would go to Barnes and Nobles and buy every hair and makeup book they had. I would study the book. I would rewrite the book because I'm a learner like that. So I would invest in traveling around the world to do one-on-ones with some of the most talented artists on the fucking planet. And I just knew that I wanted to be the best, and in order to be the best, you have to surround yourself with the best, learn from the best.
And where did you go to train?
The farthest I've ever went was Russia.
Oh, there we go.
I went to Russia to compete in a hair competition, an international competition. There were 28 countries. And I was one of, I think, 6 of us representing Team USA. And that was very challenging. It was like similar to what the Olympics, like you train at home, but then you fly here with a team, and then you have 2 weeks of nonstop 12-hour trainings before the competition, and then you go and you perform, and then you crash, right? But that in itself was super life-changing. Because usually you do hair and makeup, but it's not a competition. It's subjective, right? But when you compete, there's measurements, there's like certain rules, there's like time limits. Like you have to make perfection in 40 minutes or less. And that pushed me. It really did, because it taught my eye to see everything to the T. Like as artists, again, work is subjective. Oh, it's kind of cute. I like that. But when you're in a competition, there are requirements, there's specifications. This piece has to be perfect. And so I think it helped me on my game of having that eye to not just be okay with the okie doke, but like, nah, if we're going to do this hairstyle, it's going to be the best hairstyle.
So did that make you fast? I know that developed your eye, but did that make you quicker? Or did that make you like... What specific skill did you learn from that going down that venture?
I can't say that it made me faster just because my personality is very much like I want to give every customer their time. It made me have more of an attention to detail. It made me have a higher commitment to excellence. Yeah. A higher commitment to excellence, because you go into these competitions and, man, some of the work that you see from these artists, these international artists that have won year after year after year, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it helped me to dream a little bit too. Yeah. Like when I see people accomplish things, and like I've always been like this, my mother, I've just always been like, if you could do it, I could do it too. There's nothing stopping me.
And what would you say is a third thing one last thing that you learned? So attention to details, a commitment to excellence.
How to set aside your emotions.
Oh, and could you say that in a complete sentence? And the final thing I learned was how to set aside your emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the final thing I learned was how to set aside your emotions. Because after 2 weeks of 10-hour trainings, you're sleep deprived, you're nervous, you got to perform, you got to compete tomorrow. I remember being in my hotel room the day before competition, just crying my eyes out, like second guessing why am I even here? Why did I do this? Why did people choose me? Why was I invited? I'm not good enough. And I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't compete. And my mother, she's always like, girl, you better go do what you went there to do. You're a winner. And I was like, all right. And I prayed and I pushed through it. So that was the hardest thing, was like getting past my own insecurities of, am I not good enough? Yeah. And then that helps me now, like even in my coaching aspect, you know.
That is imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yes. And could you answer, so we left out one for describing the characteristics of a person who's looking to work with you, what they need to have. We say kindness, to have coachability. What is the last thing that they need that you would like them to have if they're going
to have a servant heart, like to be able to serve your client, to serve your team members, to serve and I'm not saying like, oh, like bring me a water slave. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like we should always be looking around the room or in any setting on how can I be helpful? Yeah. How can I help in this situation? And how can our job a lot of times is very stressful. Yeah. And a lot of people are very picky and da-da-da-da. So I think that like if you don't have that mentality, that team player mentality, or that mentality of it's not about me right now, it's about my customer and making them happy, then it's very difficult to succeed in this industry.
And could you say, and for 3, the last thing that they need to have is to be a team player?
Yes.
Let's say it like that. Yeah.
And the third thing that they need to have is to be a team player. I think that you have to be able to roll with the punches per se. You know, it could be that you had 10 clients on your schedule, but now, you know, you have to take on 2 more because the person that's working with you, her client is taking too much of her time. And there have been situations in teams that agencies that I worked for in the past, that people would be like, I'm leaving. And they just leave everyone struggling. And they don't care about the success of the day. They don't care if people are on time. You could be late to your wedding. You could be ugly to your wedding. They just don't care. They just went there for the paycheck, right? So for me, it's like, no, we are a team. And we all came together and we're leaving together. And we're not leaving until everyone in this room is happy and that bride is out of the door and on time. Sorry. I think I did this.
I know y'all be talking with y'all hands.
My bad, I'm so sorry.
But I love it.
I'm a hand talker. That's New York.
Me too.
that's the New York in me.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, so you touched on your values. Okay. Let's take a couple steps back and let's talk about your instructor in Russia. Because that hairdo, they don't perform that in America, right? Uh-huh. And he is the person who really quite learned it from Korea, right?
Yeah. So, so I have two mentors in Russia. One is Gulnara Chikoyeva, and she's the one who introduced me to Georgie Ko. So I have, yes, Georgie Ko. He's like the man. But I have two mentors out there, and they literally both, that's where the excellence comes in. Like, they both are like, if you're gonna do something, do it in excellence and with the most, like, utmost creativity. He is Armenian, grew up in Russia. He became the master of this 3D hairstyling art form.
Ooh, let's take it back. So I want you to say, I had two mentors in Russia. Say their names, and then let's describe him and keep going with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had two mentors in Russia. I had Gulnara Chikoyeva. She was my initial mentor and coach. And then I also have Georgie Kote, who is the master of all masters of all masters. He's a genius. He's an absolute genius, artistic genius. When you go to learn from him, it is a whole experience because he's not just teaching you a hairstyle. He teaches you fashion. He teaches you color. He teaches you shapes. He actually created his own curriculum to teach people how to do updos because no one ever had an updo curriculum. And companies have come to try to buy the curriculum he refuses to sell it, right? But that's how genius he is. So it's a whole experience. Like, he can make a whole dress out of hair and then put on a whole fashion show. It's just, so to see that type of creativity and then to see what he was able to accomplish just with hair and makeup. Like, people sometimes belittle this art form, but when you see the things that people are able, the genius things that people are able to create, it's like, it's so inspiring. And so, yeah, he won so much. My mentor, Georgie Ko, he won so much in his 20s competing that they banned him from competitions because they said it was unfair. No one could beat him. So he was no longer able to. And when they banned him from competing, that is when he dedicated himself to teaching.
That's crazy. And what about Nikola Christiana? That's your other mentor.
Gulnara Chikoyeva.
Yeah.
Gulnara Chikoyeva, I love her so much. She's similar story. She is from a small town, a small country called Ossetia. And she won Georgie Ko's competition. He had a reality TV show, and there was like 40 competitors. It was kind of like the American Idol of hairstyling. And so she won the competition. And the part of the grand prize was that you got to come to America with Georgie Ko to do a class. So she came to America, and everyone fell in love with her to the point that he stopped coming back, but she kept coming. And she's one of these people that she's a sponge. She soaks up everything, all the knowledge, and then she's able to teach it in a way that it makes sense and you understand it. Georgie Ko is an amazing hairstylist, very inspirational, but sometimes I felt like Gulnara was able to explain things. What I got from her was how to be a teacher that breaks it down in like the simplest form so that the student can understand it. That was like, it's one thing to be famous and great and stuff, but if people leave your class and they leave confused, how does that profit them? So in her classes, I feel like she doesn't leave until she knows that everyone understands the assignment. And she also changes how she explains things based on the learning style of each individual student, which is also something that I learned is not everyone learns the same. So as a teacher, teaching over the past 20 years, I've learned that I have to analyze, how do you learn? And teach so that you learn, not just so that you can hear me talk.
And from the outside looking in, it's going, and being in New Jersey with you, I saw how you would pop around to everybody and spend a lot of time with these individuals. and you wouldn't even go to the next person until you absolutely knew you answered that person's question. And I
Yes.
thought that was really cool.
Aww.
Because not too many instructors take that time, especially when they're running under the pressure of other people saying, hey, we gotta get to these other things, like that Indian woman. I don't know, you remember her?
You're telling a story.
I'm just talking out loud.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So as an owner, and just heard y'all talking, and you guys was talking about how fast the trends come and go, you know. And you say you base it around Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay ahead of these trends to give you that slight advantage in a market like, you know, Tampa? I know you're global, but to compete and outcompete everybody here, how are you trying to stay in front of those trends?
I think I try to get my guidance from the top dogs that are doing things in Europe, because you know, the way that fashion works is it comes out of Europe, it comes out of Fashion Week, and Europe sets the colors of the year and the style of the year and what's in this year, right? And then that transfers out to all these other countries, starting with New York, right? Starting with Miami, starting with LA, and then that knowledge trickles down to, like, you know, the smaller cities. So from Miami we go to Tampa, you know, from New York, LA, it goes to Sacramento, right? So, and a lot of times that process, I've noticed, it takes several years for style to, whatever they're doing in Europe right now, we're not doing it in America until another 2 years from now. So what I try to do, learn what they're doing in Europe, train my team, and let them know this is what's coming. So we're doing this right now because this is what people are asking on. But while we're doing this style in the background, we're training on that look that's about to come out next year, so that when it does come out, we're the only ones doing it.
Yeah, I love that answer. I love that answer. And talk to me about the struggles that you have within your brand. Like, what do you need for your brand to move the needle?
Like consistent, dedicated administrative team, which thank God I have now. A consistent crew of artists that I know I can trust in my sleep. I think a lot of times as CEO, we're juggling so many balls and we want everything to be perfect, and it's hard to trust everything to everyone else. So I think that for me, it's like, as long as I have a solid team behind me, that frees me up to work on the vision. That frees me up to work on the future. And but a lot of times if someone drops the ball or someone drops out, I have to go back to fix that. So instead of working on this next opportunity for all of us, I got to come back and fix this thing because this person dropped the ball. So I think there's a saying that's like, you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? And so for me, it's like, in order for, so that's why I do invest. That's how Queenmaker came to be, because I realized early on the need to make sure that everyone on your team is informed, trained, educated, and motivated. Because you can get a lot more by inspiring women than tearing them down for the things that they haven't done. Right? So for me, I understand the importance of making sure that my team is healthy. But then I'm also learning that balance of making sure that as the owner, I'm healthy, because I can't move forward unless I'm healthy and they're healthy.
Right. And talk to me about some things that you want to do digitally. Like you have these courses that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to start with that? And what's the first kind of thing you want to
I
teach?
think that another question you asked me earlier was like, what are you known for? Like, what is this thing that you smashed it, right? For me, I dominated in the bridal beauty experience. So I've always dominated in that, and I know how to teach anyone how to dominate in a bridal beauty industry. And so if I were to start off with a package, it would be a how to build your bridal beauty business. To include within that course the branding, the content creation, the systems, the contracts on how to build your team, and then obviously big bulk of the course is hair and makeup skills. But there are a lot of people that are teaching hair and makeup. There are not a lot of people teaching you, what do I do with this skill? And to me, it's like, I can teach you how to do hair and makeup, but if I don't teach you how to sell it, if I don't teach you how to market it, if I don't teach you how to create a quality crew, it's just knowledge.
Right.
It's not making you any money. So my first courses would be that. It would be an all-encompassing bridal beauty, how to build your bridal beauty business. Things that come to my mind is like, how to go from 0 to 6 figures in 1 year. How to go from 6 figures to multiple figures in 1 year. Because I've done both of those things, right? And then also the challenges of both routes, right? Like explaining in my course, like these are the benefits, the pros and cons of being a solo artist versus the pros and cons of team building. Because not everybody wants to have a team. Some people just want to go do their job and go home and be responsible for themselves. So I want to speak to both audiences. I want to speak to the solo artist who just wants to be a celebrity artist, and I want to speak to the girl that's like, nah, I want to triple my income. I want to scale.
And how much would you sell this course for?
Well, I want an intro course that's just a teaser.
Okay.
But I want my courses to be between $500 to $1,000 with also the option of upgrading to one-on-one mentorship and one-on-one coaching.
And how much would you?
In those cases, I would want to charge between $5,000 and $10,000 minimum. If I'm coaching you for an entire year and you have unlimited access to me, that has to be at least a $5,000 to $10,000. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really put the price down yet, but from what I've seen in the industry, like, because obviously for me, that one-on-one mentorship coaching, now I'm tailoring my package to your specific need. You're not just getting this pre-recorded thing that I'm selling to everyone. Now I'm meeting with you. I'm analyzing your company. We're doing SWOT analysis. We're doing branding packages. We're doing content creation calendars where, I'm talking and coaching your team members as well. We're having Zooms where I'm saying, hey, this is where the future of the company is going, and helping people to stay motivated and stay on track.
I think that's a really smart idea, is having an intro course, and then if they want the rest of the course or to upgrade to another package, that's kind of like the top of funnel things. Like, hey, this is a little taste of what you can have if you continue to buy that.
Yes.
Buy the rest of it. I like that idea.
I think since I started teaching in 2020, the one thing that I've learned is that if you give people a good lesson, they will keep coming back.
Yeah.
They want to keep coming back. I have had people that have flown back 3 or 4 times to Florida to spend a week with me or a day with me multiple times because they're like, I learned so much in this one little thing, I got to go back.
Yeah.
And so for me, there's just how can you put 20 years of knowledge into one tiny little course? You really can't, so the higher ticket items will be for those people that are like, hey, I'm thanks for this little bit, but I want a lot of it.
Okay. So in that course, we're going to cover something, just for the intro course, we'll cover something that involves like the actual executing of it, which is the skill. And then something that will change their mentality. But we have to figure out that kind of things.
Inspirational.
Mentality, and then having
a basic business. Basic business startup. So like the basic things that you need to start.
Yeah.
And even if that doesn't, maybe I'm not breaking those things down for you, but maybe if I tell you, hey, you have to do content creation, this is the reason why, XYZ, If you want a more in-depth explanation, and if you want a step-by-step lesson on content creation, sign up for that lesson, right? Yeah. So these courses can be individual, or you can buy them as a larger package price.
Okay. Could you say, in my intro course, I want to cover skills, and I want to cover the mentality, inspiration, and I want to cover just basic business.
Mm-hmm. So in my course, in my first intro course, I want to cover skills, right? How to actually do the hair and makeup, all the more popular styles that are going to make money. I want to teach mentality, how to stay above all of the problems, all of the noise that you're going to get in business, when even sometimes your family will tell you no. So it's important when you're going into business building to say, I am going to have this mentality. No one's going to shake me from that. So mentality, mindset, money-making mindset, and then business building. What does it profit us to learn hair and makeup but then not know how to sell it? I say this all the time. How not know how to run my business. So how do I start my business, and how do I grow it? Where do I go from here?
Okay, all right. And then so the color, like the feeling of this course, like is it colorful? Is it muted? Is it luxury? Like what are those 3 characteristics of the actual look of the course?
I would say luxury. I'm a Chanel girl. I'm a diamonds girl. I'm a MAC girl. So I would say luxury. My brand colors are red, black, white, gold. I always love a red lip. But I would say luxury. I want it to look luxury. I want it to look luxe. I want people to envision themselves living a luxury lifestyle, because one thing that my business has afforded me is luxury life. I want people to envision that luxury life, you know.
And, so luxury, could you name 2 more characteristics?
Okay. I want people to know that you can be a luxury girl, but also freaking funny as heck and down to earth. You know, like, is that a conflicting thing?
It's conflicting for me internally because
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, because look at who I am.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I don't come in here dusty ever. I don't leave my house. I don't know if this is going to be like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I like the finer things in life, but I could also go eat at a dive bar and chill at a dive bar with, you know, so it's like, I guess I don't know how to say that, DeAndre. It's like, I still want to communicate that I am a down-to-earth person. Yeah.
Fluidity.
Okay, I'm going to be relatable, but luxury.
Okay, so luxury, fluidity too. You know, I like that. Like being able to you said the perfect word. Adjusting your environment. Like what word did you say that?
Relatable.
Well, you said you could be in here and then you could be in here, but both you feel great in both.
Like I could be at the Ritz, or I could just be at like the
what's the word for that though? To describe that, I say fluidity, but it's not fluidity because that means like you being
adaptable.
Adaptable, yeah.
Okay.
Adaptable.
Okay.
But
that's still not the word.
That's not the. So luxury, we can run with that, and we can market it as that. Okay, so what woman or man would benefit? What type of person would benefit from buying this course? We'll go back to the characteristics.
The person that would benefit from this course would be the person who literally has this dream and desire of like fully performing in their art form. You need to make money quick, because sometimes when you, like our bridal hair and makeup industry, it's much smaller niche. So when you go to cosmetology school and you learn cuts and colors and all, you're competing with a million other colorists, right? Whereas when you enter into the bridal hair and makeup industry, there are not a lot of people doing it at all. The reason being is because they don't teach it in the schools. So a lot of makeup artists go the cosmetology school route. They pay thousands of dollars to get this cosmetology license. Then they graduate and they can't make any money because they're starting with 0 customers, one, or they enter into an apprenticeship program where they're making an hourly rate and they have to take 2 or 3 years to build up that clientele base, right? Because there's a lot of people. So with bridal, so if you're that type of a person that's like, hey, I want to fast track my education, I want to get to the bag quickly, like I think that this course would be designed for them because it takes you straight to all the things that you need to make money without the extra added 1,600 fluffy hours that are added to the cosmetology board, to the cosmetology program.
Yeah.
It's like an intensive, it's like, this is courses for someone who wants to like get super intense, super quick, advance in like a matter of weeks, make money today. Like as soon as you leave this course, you should be posting and people should be inboxing you, and by next week you should have your first customer.
Oh, I like that. That's a strong statement.
And it's proven. I've proven it.
Okay.
I can say it strongly and confidently because not only have I done it for multiple people in this state, but I've done it for multiple stylists in states all around our country. So It works. It's a recipe and it works.
I love that you just said that because now that ties into B-roll they're going to have for New Jersey, that ties into B-roll they're going to have for Iowa. I also thought of an angle, maybe we'll use it, maybe we don't, but let me try to get it out, because as I was thinking about it, I'm like, who is this course for, right? And it's for the women who are competitive, right? But in a man's world, if a woman is always told that competitiveness is a masculine thing. Now that woman can be in hair and makeup and still have that edge and competitive, and it's okay for them to be that way, you know? And it's okay for them to run down the bag, and it's not masculine in that way in this world, and it's okay,
right.
You know?
I think women are just so used to giving everything away for free. That's one of the biggest things that I find in coaching women is they don't want to charge accordingly. They want to give so much stuff away for free just because they feel bad. Oh my God. And it's like, okay, well, is this your hobby? Or are you trying to make money, you know? And so, and even just as business owners, like sometimes, let's say you're charging $200 for a hairstyle and you have to pay your employee. A lot of times women, because of the feeling, they want that person to feel good. They're like, out of this 200, here's $180. And it's like, sis, like you're running a company. You can't run a company with a $20 profit, right? So teaching people also, it's not necessarily, because I like to say community over competition. So it's not necessarily being competitive, but it is having that business savvy mindset that I'm going to put my female emotions to the side and I'm going to think like a man when it comes to my money. And when you do, it does change your perspective.
That's what we needed right there.
Okay, good.
We needed right there. Because that ties in the mentality segment of the segment, because you did so good explaining the business part of it, and then the skills that they're going to learn, but how are they going to change that mentality, and what is the pain point of that, and you just nailed it on the head.
Yay.
Ability to, okay, so that's your skills, ability to teach, and you hold people accountable to their word. I love that.
I also think, like, I want to say this too, like, one of the people that I've really been able to help is like single moms that they are really great at hair and makeup, but they can't stop what they're doing to go to beauty school because they have to work their 40-hour-a-week job to pay their bills. And so for me, I started Destiny and Light. I was working 40 hours a week in corporate America. I was raising millions of dollars for the Salvation Army in fundraising, and yet I was taking home $30,000 a year. I made enough to pay my bills, but I didn't make enough to buy groceries, and I did not fall within the poverty guidelines to get food stamps and all this stuff. So here I am, single mom, doing the corporate America thing that everyone told me to go to college for, still not being able to make ends meet, can't go back to school. So what did I have to do? I had to find a hair braiding school, get the most basic license I possibly could. Then I had to spend months teaching myself and training myself. And I couldn't go back to beauty school, but I needed a skill. I wanted to use my skill to make money. And so for me, when I see girls that they are really great at hair, they're really great at makeup, but I don't have the time to go back to beauty school, I don't have time to, that's my girl. Like, I'm going to show you this very quickly. I'm going to show you how to get to the bag really quickly, because I want everyone to experience the freedom that I have. Like, I can get up and decide to go to the beach with my son if I feel like it. I can get up and decide to just take the day off if I need to because I'm overwhelmed. Does it come with responsibilities? Like, maybe I gotta stack some appointments the following day, but there's this freedom and financial freedom. Yeah. Like, I was in an abusive relationship with my daughter's father, and I had to escape that really quickly. And I had nothing. I left with nothing. And here I am, like, single mom, no support. I had to run away out of the state because he was going to find me. So knowing what it feels like to be a woman without skills, without education, without anyone there to help you and guide you, but you have to take care of this family. You have to take care of these kids. You have to take care of these. That's what kind of drives me. I like to create courses that's like, hey, for the girl that's like, I know you do not have 1,800 hours to go back to school, but if you could give me 40, give me a good 40 hours, right? Like, give me a good 2 weeks, let's say, right? Like, I don't even know, right? I can show you everything that I did to succeed and get you to making money right away. I want to help women be financially free and independent. I don't want women to be dependent on men for money, because traditionally that has been our role, like, it's beautiful, but I think I would prefer women to go into the mindset of, I want to go into my marriage as a wealthy woman. Yeah. I want to be a wealthy wife. I want to be able to add to my husband's life, not just be taking, and and also have that independence of knowing, like, if things don't go well here, I still have my lane, I still have my career, I still have my business to fall back on.
And I have the skills.
And these skills, you can take them anywhere. You could move to another city. You got the skill. If you can do hair and makeup, you cannot be broke. I can say, hey, I'm doing extensions for $20. Come to my house today to get, so that skill to make money. It's just, I love teaching people that skill.
That's great. Okay. All right, and what's next for you? What's the next milestone? What's the next goal that you have?
I want to coach at least 100 people by 2027. I think that I just want to keep growing women. Like, there's so many things that I can do to make money, but I want to be known for, like, my life's work should be like, hey, she, like, built all these beautiful businesses in all these different states, and she helped this woman, and she helped that woman, and she, like, it's not for me, it's for everyone. Like, the knowledge that God has given me, I want to give it to people. Like, I want to, and if I can make money doing so, then hey, yay, great, right? But I think that's it. I want to move into that lane of, I'm really helping women all over the country achieve their goals as it relates to their beauty career. And I want them to reach their dreams. I do, because I live my dream. I really do. I have sad moments, right? Like, I've told you this. But for the most part, and then even when I'm sad, I'm like, girl, why are you sad? How you can't even be sad? Like, what can you be sad about, right? But I just want people to, I don't know, I just want them to be happy. And if bridal hair and makeup makes you happy, but I don't do it because I can't make money. What? You can't make money? Let me show you. Yeah. Like that.
That was beautiful. Wow, okay. We got what we needed. And you got me fired up over here. That's why I have to start moving.
Or is it the coffee?
No, it's not the coffee. You got me fired up over here.